Hey there, everybody, and welcome to Fearless Thinking, a podcast designed to help you navigate authentic leadership and the entrepreneurial journey. I'm your host, Michael DeVue, and these are my thoughts, lessons, and insights from my entrepreneurial journey into coaching, workshops, motivational speaking, and of course, what I picked up from interviews with inspiring leaders and entrepreneurs along the way. My mission is to help people unlock their untapped potential by using fear as a catalyst for powerful change and growth so they can step into the greatest version of their most authentic selves. All right, let's get into some fearless thinking. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Fearless Thinking. This is your host, Michael DeVue. Never mind. Okay, welcome back. Blah, blah, blah. Today, as you know, this whole week when we started off the show, we were talking about authenticity. This is sort of a journey for us to sort of like look at and explore authenticity. And today we dive into the foundation of authentic leadership with self-discovery. Imagine this as a personal sort of like treasure map, right? Guiding you towards leading with integrity, inspiring trust, and fostering a thriving entrepreneurial ecosystem. I say ecosystem because it includes so many different variables: authenticity, integrity, honesty, vulnerability, all these different things we got to get in touch with. And I know it feels like a therapy session, but yeah, I guess that's kind of what life is, right? But that's what self-discovery is all about. So let's unpack the key elements of self-discovery, especially an entrepreneurial journey with authenticity. So, authentic leaders are always self aware. They understand their strengths and their weaknesses and their values and motivations. This self knowledge allows them to lead with integrity and inspire trust, right? Which is important. These are crucial qualities for navigating the complexities of your entrepreneurship journey, as well as building inclusive environments. Um, uh, when talking to a lot of leaders, especially at what did this event recently, Leadership Navigator 2024, and one of the things I think I appreciated a whole lot with working with all the panelists, and these were leaders and executives um, and multiple industries, was their ability to sort of really get genuine with me very quickly during these practice sessions. I think I created an environment. I tried to create an environment. That was my goal of getting them to a place of vulnerability to open up and provide a space where we can talk about these things, the definitions of leadership, the definitions of authenticity and safe spaces and inclusivity and all these things. These buzzwords have been spinning around, right? So I think it's important that if you're self-aware and you're comfortable, you can always bring really, really incredible insights and opportunities to the table to share with people. So yeah, I think I got off track. Anyway, aspiring entrepreneurs, if that's you and you're out there and you're getting ready to start this journey, or you just started this journey, man, find your niche. That's what everybody says: niche down, niche down, niche down. Self-discovery actually helps you identify your passions and your key skill sets. Your key skill set, allowing you to build a business rooted in your true purpose. When you find that, man, and you get passionate down to that core, that little nugget of thing that you do really well, that you're passionate about, that's when you know yourself. And when you know yourself, you can identify your target audience so much easier. And when you do that, you can now create a strategy, marketing strategy for targeting that audience and getting your message out there. This starts with building a strong foundation and understanding your strengths and your weaknesses. We've said this multiple times. Understand your strengths and weaknesses. Make sure that you really understand where you grow and where you're powerful and where you need support and where you need help. Identifying those will help you put the right resources and the right people in the right place at the right time to help you be successful. And that's assembling an incredibly strong team that has components and complements your skill sets to fill those gaps, right? The benefits for current entrepreneurs and executives for self-awareness. This provides self-awareness allows you to identify areas for personal growth and model authentic leadership and behavior for your team. In fact, if you're asking for professional growth and personal growth from your team, if you're leading by example for them, in order to do so and create a space where others can do that for themselves, you too have to be leading by example with self-awareness. You have to be open and available and show that for your team, right? The next one is promoting diversity and inclusivity. This is a tough one, right? We all have our biases. In fact, there's so many things. And one of the things we talked about in one of the sessions during Leadership Navigator 2024 was diversity and inclusivity. And one of the things I found fascinating when we were doing our rehearsal, I was talking about this in the opening speech as well at the end, is we operate, if we can remember, we operate from within our own jar. We cannot see the label, right, from inside our own jar. We have to take time and opportunity to step outside of our jar long enough to get a new perspective. Participating in events like Leadership Navigator 2024, as well as other things, that offers us all an opportunity for a moment to step outside our jar and hear and listen from perspectives of other people who might be able to share a new way of looking at a problem, a new way of looking at the situation that we hadn't thought of before. And some of the things I discovered about my own biases and my own thoughts kept spilling out. And it was so fascinating because I consider myself to be very, well, I'm not diverse because I'm a white male, but I believe in diversity and inclusivity, and I'm very supportive of these things. But it's constantly a lesson that I am discovering we can all learn from if we stay open and honest with ourselves about what we don't know. Oh, and I wrote it down here. It was, understand your own biases. You can create a more inclusive environment where everyone feels valued and empowered to contribute. It's true. I think, take one of those biases studies, one of those biases surveys or what have you, tests. You'll be surprised what you discover about yourself growing up in a system that was built and designed to privilege white males. All of us grew up in it, right? Each of us with our own privileges, each of us with our own uh, benefits, if you will, from being inside that system. But don't forget, we all worked and lived and built our belief systems, our experiences, and everything from within a set of systems that was designed to benefit them. And because of that, we come at things from very different experiences and perspectives. And if we're going to break that down, if we're going to show a different set of opportunities and growth, we have to be willing to look a little bit outside of it, right? So here are some tools for self-discovery that you can use every day. Strengths and weaknesses assessment. It is not hard to find these assessments, guys. Myers-Briggs, the type indicator, they call it MBTI, or the Clifton Strengths. You can get these online and you can find them. They offer really valuable insights into your personality and your working style. I've taken them like once every 3 years to see if there's some shifts and change in my practices and in my thinking and stuff. It's really interesting to look at over time. Honest reflection, schedule dedicated time for self-reflection and analyze your reactions, your decisions, and your motivations to understand your underlying values. Now, what I do is, I don't know if you're familiar with these AI personal assistants or meeting assistants like Fireflies or oh, I forgot the other name ones, but you can get an AI that like you schedule a meeting with yourself regularly every week. Add your AI to that meeting, have that 30-minute meeting with yourself, go over some of the tactics and strengths and weaknesses, things you've been thinking about in your own leadership circles. Talk and share it. And this is like active AI journaling. This is what I do on Wednesdays when I talk to Fred from Fireflies, and he helps me, you know, kind of like give me temperament and tone, as well as take some incredible feedback and stuff like that. And I look at the highlights and the notes from it, and I do a summary of it, throw that into like chat or whatever and get a summary. I look for patterns, and it's interesting when certain things come up repetitively. And seek feedback. Soliciting honest feedback from people you can trust, mentors, colleagues, or even anonymous surveys. If you can get those out to your team, this can actually reveal certain blind spots that you have and provide very, very valuable perspectives. Um, we'll get back to this about surround yourself with your circle or your circle of trust or your 5 mentors, right? And we'll talk about that in other episodes. But this is really important. If you are always surrounded by yes people, you're not growing. You're in the wrong place, right? If you're the most interesting, strong person in the room, you're in the wrong room. You got to put yourself around other people that create a little uncomfortableness by calling you out and calling on you to grow and be different, right? So, beyond uh, self awareness are the pillars of authenticity, like transparency, vulnerability, and empowerment. As we said about transparency, make sure you're being honest and forthcoming in your communication styles and practices. Share your visions, share your goals, and share your challenges openly with your team. Be very clear. Right? Be clear with your message, clear with your words. Do not bandy about on this stuff. This fosters trust and allows for collaborative problem solving if you do it correctly. And of course, we're back to vulnerability. Do not shy away from showing your human side, people. You got to be honest. You got to be vulnerable. You got to share your human side. Now, leaders who actually acknowledge this, that they have limitations and share their struggles, actually connect with their teams on a deeper level. It doesn't make them go away. They don't disrespect you. They respect and love you more, right? And empowerment. This is your job to create a safe space. This is how you empower others by creating safe spaces where your own employees and your people can feel valued and heard and encouraged to contribute their own unique perspectives. This could be calling on and not calling out, but calling on and calling in, if you will, others to share during those types of dialogues and those moments when you can share. And this leads to a very engaged workforce and fosters a culture of innovation, right? And then self-discovery and your mentorship journey. Now, if we're moving into mentorship and we're talking about self-discovery, we have to lead by example and create a safe space. Same exact thing. Work with your mentor on your self-discovery journey to inspire them to explore their own strengths and weaknesses by sharing your own, and then creating that safe space, by being open and vulnerable with your mentee and creating a space where they can share their authentic selves. This fosters a very transformative mentor experience. In fact, I think what you're going to discover along the way is if you do that, you grow. When you do that, you learn. When you do that, you gain new perspectives and you improve, right? Life gets better. So here we go. By embarking on your self-discovery journey to authenticity, you unlock the power of authentic leadership, your power of authentic leadership. Get on that journey, discover what it's like. You gain the clarity and the confidence to lead with integrity and inspire trust and create incredibly safe and creative spaces where everyone feels valued and empowered to contribute. So remember, self-discovery, this is a continuous process for us, for everyone. I mean, come on, we're not all going to get there tomorrow, but together we can get there, and we can create incredible spaces and create incredible opportunities. So embrace the exploration, celebrate your growth, my friends, and become the leader your future and your team deserve. Remember, fearless thinking. Have an incredible, fearless day. Okay, bye.